Bayo Onanuga, Special Advisor on Information and Strategy to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has strongly criticized the newly formed opposition coalition that adopted the African Democratic Congress as its platform for the 2027 general election. Bayo, in a post on X, described the coalition members as desperados, driven by personal ambition and united solely by their hatred for Tinubu rather than any clear ideology or agenda for Nigeria. Onanuga also dismissed the significance of several prominent figures who joined the coalition, including former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, Peter Obi, Rotimi Amechi, and Rauf Aregbesola, claiming that many of them had long been estranged from the All Progressives Congress or had committed anti-party activities. He stated that the APC would not mourn their departure and predicted that the coalition would soon unravel due to irreconcilable personal ambitions of its members. I mean, he's not the first person to say that the party might unravel and, there will be fights. But let me take some reactions to Bayo Onanuga's tweet post on X. This is from Vincent Okechukwu, who wrote, "When politicians leave APC, they are suddenly irrelevant, disgruntled, or desperate. But many of these same individuals were once praised as pillars of the party. Nigerians are not blind. We see the hypocrisy. It's not about hate for Tinubu. It's about rejecting failed leadership." Well, Jane Bond wrote, "Bayo, if these men are so irrelevant, why the long essay? APC has no moral ground to talk about desperation or ideology. The coalition clearly hit a nerve. 2027 is coming." Vimbai, yesterday I hear desperado, many. But Bayo Onanuga's tweet was quite long, very lengthy, very detailed. But we are going to see more of these reactions from the spokespeople of the Tinubu administration. Vimbai.
Absolutely. Well, you don't expect that such a development would happen and the president's men wouldn't be ready with the, what did Dr. Abati call it, the Iron Dome or defense system. They had to. It's their duty to do so. My only comment really is I just hope that as time progresses that we'll be able to move away from this politics of insulting one another and it can become a robust intellectual debate about policies. The coalition also should be able to present whatever their alternative is, and the presidency should be able to respond to that. However, we've already seen that happening several times with Atiku Abubakar, with Peter Obi. So this will be an easy thing for the coalition to do because they have people who have already shown consistency in their roles as opposition figures. However, it's impossible to ignore the group that was created. Will there be possible differences? Absolutely. In the morning, I gave examples of coalitions that actually succeeded in unseating ruling parties in India, in Kenya. And I said that coalition parties are fantastic for winning elections, but when it comes to governance, it's usually a very tall order because there are so many conflicting interests. So we wait and see whether this coalition can become more ideological and can start to speak more on what they're about, besides being what they've been called, which is a union of strange bedfellows who are just here to try and take over power. It's up to the coalition to prove to us.
Yes,
because again, remember, it was the coalition, that is the APC in 2015, that was able to rebrand and repackage former President Muhammadu Buhari. Because when he came into that election, he didn't have a perfect brand. He didn't have the type of brand that most people would have voted for. But they were able to rebrand him, repackage him, and recycle him. So if they could do it then, why can they not? Another group can't do it for a different group of politicians today. It's a recycling game we're playing here.
Yes, the beauty of democracy, Vimbai.